What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Today, I want you to come on and speak about the topic of emotional incest and narcissism. So, emotional incest is basically when the parent turns to their child to meet their emotional needs. Yeah? They basically turn the child into their partner, like a surrogate partner, right? And so they may have gone through something traumatic, or they may have gone through a divorce, or the wife may have transitioned, or the husband might be cheating, or they may have had a miscarriage or something of some sort. Something's happened to where the parent is emotionally unstable. And so instead of turning to an adult for emotional support, they turn to the child, making the child somewhat of a surrogate partner. Now, the child is too young to understand the burdens of the parent, but the parent will use the child for emotional support. The child doesn't have the emotional intelligence to withstand the parent, the emotionally immature parent. But the parent will drop things on them like, your daddy is cheating. He's with another woman. He doesn't love us. He's going to leave us, causing the child tremendous stress and tremendous confusion, because what can the child do about that? Absolutely nothing. So, unlike sexual incest, emotional incest is an inappropriate emotional burden being placed on a child. And it stresses the child out, causing depression and worry for the parent. Basically, the parent manipulates the child through a form of guilt, because the parent knows the child can do nothing about it, but they're throwing this burden on the child. It also may look like it's borderlining sexual incest and emotional incest. It's a form of where the parent will do stuff like bathe with the child, and the child is at an older age, or they may walk around the house nude with the child in the child's presence, and the child is upwards in age, 12, 13, 14 years old. They may do stuff like breastfeed the child way past the time. I've known people that breastfed their child to 6 or 7 years old. Now, I got different cultures are different, but I've known people here in America that have breastfed their child. The child is standing up, taking the breast out of the shirt and just breastfeeding. There's an inappropriate emotional attachment there that the child is not allowed to release and to grow into itself. I've seen emotional incest happen in the form of a mother sexualizing her daughter, speaking about how sexy her daughter is, inappropriately speaking on the daughter's figure, or mothers doing that to their sons. I've had men share with me that their mothers would do things inappropriate, like speak about the size of their genitals and things of that sort, and they were just young children. Emotional incest. So basically what it is and sometimes fathers can do this with their daughters as well. Like, for example, the mother could pass away and the father might start grooming the daughter to take the mother's place. Grooming her to have dinner ready when he gets home, and whatever the mother did, he starts grooming the daughter. And a lot of times this is done out of guilt, making the child feel guilty, giving the child responsibilities that the child is not emotionally apt to handle. It's a form of parentifying the child, which is a form of role reversal. where they make the child the adult and then they become the one that needs to be taken care of, when it should be vice versa. The parent should be taking care of the child. Now the child feels this heavy burden of taking care of the parent. So they ultimately control the child through guilt and giving the child responsibility that simply isn't theirs. Crying on the child's shoulder. Giving the child information. Your daddy's not making love to me. Your daddy is cheating. He's with another woman. Your mother is out doing whatever. Your mother had an abortion or whatever it is. They're putting these heavy, dark burdens onto a child that doesn't even know how to, they're not even emotionally apt yet to take care of their own issues, whatever they're going through. Yeah, but they have to take on these adult issues. And so with narcissism, like I said, they control through guilt. They might reverse the roles and make the child the parent. They lack boundaries. They give the child no boundaries. Like there's no boundaries in the house. Like I said, they'll walk around the house in the nude, or they might speak about inappropriate things in front of the child. Yeah, sexual inappropriate things that the child should not be speaking about with the parent. And they ultimately use the child for supply, vaping the child of energy, putting the whole burden on them of adult responsibilities and then vaping them of their energy. It's a twisted, wicked form of abuse. And no child should have to go through that, feeling the responsibility of the parent, feeling the responsibility of adult issues, especially when those issues are very abusive, inappropriate. And they might say, well, I'm not touching them, I'm not abusing them sexually, so how is it incest? It's emotional incest. The child's emotional state is being molested. The child's emotional boundaries are being crossed. And it's a form of psychological, emotional abuse. Children who have this happen to them, they never have a childhood. They never get to do the things that other children are doing. And so, although they may not be being physically touched or physically hurt, they are being emotional hurt. And anyone who has been through domestic violence knows that emotional abuse is oftentimes worse than physical abuse. And this is a form of emotional abuse. Emotional incest. Well, that's all I have for you today on this topic. If you like my energy, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Has emotional abuse happened to you? Have you seen it happen to someone else? Let us know. Tell us how you handled it. Yeah? And if you're really feeling my vibe, don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you know the next time that I upload. We'll see you next time here on Closing the Gap. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.